dream of everlasting summer. I wear a scarf and a fedora, so you don't have to. Not a reference at all. We're going to keep continuing playing Everlasting Summer, and probably this will be the last part, actually, of the game itself, because we have come so far into the story, and yeah. So we have left off from when we were in the mines with Lena, and when we went to look for Shurik, and he went completely insane, and literally he became insane. Thing is, we managed to sleep on we managed to sleep on Lena's sneeze, so we're probably out of the friend zone, guys. So let's continue. And we're on day 5 apparently. Oh yeah, we are. Oh yeah, we ended up here with a choice, so you're going to have to vote in an instant. So we're gonna vote right now. So please do so. Let's see. So we have the clubhouse, the kitchen, dining hall, the infirmary. We have 3 places to go. And it doesn't matter because we're going to the same place either. Well, we're going there anyways, so it doesn't really matter whether we're going to the infirmary, the kitchen, or the clubhouse. So that doesn't really matter because we're going to all the places. It's just which way you want to go first. So the first vote is on the infirmary, and I don't think someone's going to protest about that, actually. I guess we'll go with clubhouse. Okay, we need 1 more vote for either of those, or else I'll have to be the deciding factor. See this fedora? Terminal G. Made it just for you. Also, I am having a little bit of a cold, so that's why I might be coughing a little. So I hope you don't get too disturbed by that. Okay, we're going to the infirmary. I was always took good care of my health. Here it goes with incorrect English once again. And even better care at the times when something starts to hurt badly. So without hesitation I made my way to the infirmary. But right in front of the door I stopped, as if some mysterious force was holding me. I had absolutely no desire to face the camp nurse, without any urgent need, but on the other hand, I almost did a great deed yesterday, defending the infirmary. So, in some sense, she owed me. I took heart and opened the door. Hi, Pioneer. Hello. I'm sorry that I was so late today. Yesterday. Sorry. It wasn't a problem at all. Why have you come? Are you sick? She smiled slyly. You just want me to take my clothes off, don't you? You want to see my masculine, sexy body. Well, I got my feet a bit. You got a bit what? My feet. I gave a stupid answer. Okay, show me. I sat on the couch and took off my boots. How did you manage that? I better keep silent about what happened near the washstands. Yeah, spying on 2 girls trying to take a bath in a sink, and they're half naked pretty much. Not a great idea to tell about. And it's neither a great idea to run into the forest with no boots. Well, okay, never mind. Wait a second. She rummaged in the drawer and took out a big red pill with a cross-shaped notch from a vial. And what is that for? I was disturbed by the size of the pill and its strange shape. We are broken in halves, usually, and not in quarters. This is to make the amputation of your legs unnecessary. But I want to amputate my legs. What? Oh, as I told you guys, this stream is 18 plus. Just kidding, as usual. Yes, you have to take your own responsibility, since there might be a little hentai, and especially since this is the last part, there might be a little bit more than you expect. So just watch out for it. Nothing. Don't be afraid, Pioneer. You'll take it, and it will be all right. Oh no! And this pill. Why does it look like that? Red pill or blue pill? Which one do you take? That's for patients who refuse to take medicines purely. We screw it into them with a screwdriver, then. I didn't dare to ask where they were being screwed in, actually. I don't wanna know. Oh god, I don't wanna know. Now try to bury the bit. She took a big pack of cotton wool, wrapped a bud with it, and applied plenty of iodine onto it. I braced myself over torments of hell. I moaned quite oh. But my trust in this method of disinfection was much higher than in the odd pill, so I had to withstand the burning. Now it's done. I put on my boots and tried to walk. My feet were still hurting, but the sharp pain was gone. It's actually mixed candy. Got mix. Like a shrooms. You need them to get high, you know. Thank you. Don't mention it. Drop in anytime. Oh fuck, I'm out of here. Pioneer. I said goodbye and left the infirmary. My health problem was solved. It's the right time to eat now. The day has just started and I've gone through so many things already. But I did it and now have legitimate grounds to fill myself up. Today I was the last one, so I could choose a free table. Lunch included pea soup and mashed potatoes with fish. That doesn't sound very tasty to me, to be honest. It was a major disappointment to me, as I don't eat fish in any form, and hence will get fewer calories than usually. Soon Slavia and Lena came to my table. Can we? Nah, this is my place, get the fuck out. Man, that's how you talk to girls, guys. Best tips ever. Trust me, works every time. She smiled nicely. Yeah, sure. I stood up and pulled out a shirt for her. What a gentleman. Please. I was in an excellent mood at the moment. Enjoy your meal. Saying that, Lena began staring at me and continued for some time, but then, after realizing how odd she looked, switched to her plate. You too. Do you have any plans for today, Simeon? Go make me a sandwich. God damn it, Mudkip. There are other women to choose. See, there are a lot of them here that can make a sandwich for you. What about this girl? She can make a sandwich for you, if you ask her nicely. Nope. I gave her an honest answer, and as I indeed had no plans. Except for searching for answers, but that was more like a global goal. Do you want to take a boat ride to the island with us? The island? Well, I think I've seen it from up here. Oh god, guys. We're going to send us there, then they will leave us on the island and let the raccoon eat us. Or we'll be alone with these two crazies all by ourselves, and probably I don't want to think about what might happen actually. For what? All gassed us to gather some strawberries. Yeah, right. There are lots of strawberries there, and they're so delicious. Why not cherries? I could imagine the taste without even eating it. Just by looking at Slavia's face. Ugh. If I would be looking at Slavia's face and would be tasting that from just looking at her face, I would feel disgusted. Nah, just kidding. Strawberries. And what are those for? No, you're not supposed to eat them. For decoration. I don't know, but it's indeed a great idea. You guys have no idea what to do with strawberries. Oh, alright. I quit. I quit. Okay, if you want me to go back to the stream, I'll do that. Well, indeed it is. Moreover, I haven't been to the island yet. Yeah, sure. Within minutes we were already standing at the pier. Well, here's the boat. Hang on, I'll go and fetch the paddles. Now. I was left face to face with Lena. Do you like strawberries? Well, not really. But they're tasty. Lena smiled. At least she knows what to do with it. I didn't know what to say next, how to continue the conversation. If Slavia didn't come back, we could probably sit here until the evening without saying a word. Here you go. She handed me a pair of hefty paddles. Yeah, because I'm a man with a masculine body that the nurse herself wanted to inspect, I have to fix with the paddles? I have to paddle? Are you kidding me? We got into the boat. I untied it, pushed off the shore and tried to start paddling. Magical Princess Memory says, say my name, Cyan. And I just said it. And sorry, Mudkip, this hat is not for sale. It's 2 MLG. You can see it on the hat. And where exactly are we heading to? Right there. She pointed her finger at the island. That island is named the closest one. I don't see her pointing no fingers. Yeah, this music is pretty good actually. It's not one of my favorite songs of this game though, but it's really good. Well, shit. That island is named the closest one. That's really creative of you. I wonder what captain gave it such an original name. Yeah, original. Well, the island is indeed close to the shore. I tip the fedora for the ladies who are watching the stream. Tip, tip. Should I wear it or not? I don't know. Aye aye, Captain! If only I'd known what was waiting for me ahead. I wasn't an experienced oarsman. I rowed a boat just once or twice in my entire life. It was less than a half a mile to the island, but we were making our way in the zigzags thanks to my skills. By approximately the middle of the trip, my arms hurt so badly that I dropped the paddles to get some rest. Fanda said, I came. Yes, wear it. Okay, because you asked so nicely. Well, aren't there any strawberries anywhere else? I mean, in more accessible places. But the tastiest ones grow here. Slavia gave me a puzzled look. Is it hard for you to row alone? Lena, unlike Slavia, understood everything straight away. Oh, it's nothing. Yeah, so now you're acting all masculine and manly. Anyway, I couldn't let a fragile girl help me. How do you know she's fragile? She'll probably kick your ass, trust me. I played all this game stories and I know what will happen. No, my fedora. The rest of the way I spent concentrating on staying alive while getting to the island. Slavia and Lenia discussed... Lenia? Oh, fine. Discussed something, but I wasn't listening. That was too much for me. I wonder what could be too much for him. Such an innocent boy. Completely exhausted, I got out to the shore and looked at the boathouse. It seemed so far away that I felt like a first person on the moon watching the Earth rise. Here you go. Slavia handed me a basket. It was a small island, barely 100 meters long, and it looked more like a birch grove, with even rows of trees covering its entire surface. A calm green sea spread beneath our feet, with wind causing lonely waves on its surface from time to time. This island looked like a lost paradise. Lost paradise? It's no wonder that the most delicious strawberry grow just here. We gotta split up, that way we'll do the job faster. Yeah, sure. But there are only 2 baskets, said Lena humbly. Oh, you're right, my bad. It was all according to her plan, guys. She wants to rape us. So, how are we going to split up then? And we get another choice, guys. Tell me while I'm playing with my fedora. I guess fedoras are awesome. Drop it like a gangster. I actually got this fedora from my parents when they were on vacation, and I think it suits me pretty well. Although not many people like this fedora. Well, like the fedora itself, because for some reason everyone is like, oh, fedoras are so ugly. But personally, I think they look really good. Okay, 2 says Lena, so we'll probably go with her, but I don't know, maybe someone says something else. A cool pose with a fedora. It's pretty hard with the headset, you know, but I'll try it, at least. I don't know what you want from me, make a cool pose. But we'll go with Lena, because the majority of the people wants to go with Lena, so we'll do that, of course. Let me go with you. Let's go. Okay, that's fine. Slavia grabbed the second basket, then ventured to the opposite side of the island. Well, let's go. Yeah. Lena smiled. Just pay attention, don't leave a single berry behind. That's going to be quite difficult, actually. Poor fuckers have to work hard. Hey, you too. This music is nice. So, it was harvest time. Indeed, the strawberries here were delicious. I could probably eat them all if I didn't stop myself in time. Despite being wild grown, the berries were close to garden ones in size and had a rich red color, so it was clear that our visit here wasn't in vain. Lena followed me closely as we had only 1 basket for the both of us. I felt like a real mushroom picker. This is not mushrooms. This is strawberries! Examining each scrub and carefully pawing the grass. Well, you're much better than me. Am I? Frankly, I'm not even counting you, man. Good job! Yeah, right you are. The basket was already half full. You must enjoy nature, right? I do. So we may have gotten out of a friend zone, guys. I don't know. The bright sunrays pierced the treetops and blinded me for a second. I sat down on the ground and leaned against a tree. Still, it's so beautiful here. Lena sat down next to me, so close that our elbows touch. I like where this is going. Yeah, we are sat and enjoyed the moment. It seemed like time stood still. The wind gently shook the tree leaves. Some bugs lazily hopped around the grass, and a splash of sunlight played on the faraway water surface. This is pretty cute, actually. This is a really cute picture. Lena put her head on my shoulder. we really got a fan here. So one of my fans all has named Fanda, took a picture of me, uses it as a profile picture, and named himself #2MLG for you. And now he loves my shirt as well. Oh, sorry for not reading the chat. You got taco and chicken nuggets? Nah, that's not fair. God damn it! I was surprised at first, but then I heard her regular breathing and thought that it was just a matter of course. The angle of this looks pretty fucked up if you think about it. If you don't think about the hand, look it looks like his hand is all it's almost like broken, sort of. I was surprised at first, but I already read it. Too evil for you, Mage 9. What? Probably she felt drowsy and wanted to take a quick nap. I just sat there and didn't think of anything for a few minutes. But then words started crossing me in my mind with ultrasonic speed. Lena, so close, sleeping, so warm. Oh no, Semyon! Don't let your other brain take over your body. Don't do it! It's not worth it! So gentle. Feelings. Oh no! It's feel time! I gazed at her. She had such a serene, such tranquil look on her face that it seemed that right now she's not here, but in some kind of better world. I don't know what would happen if the next moment if I didn't hear the voice of Slavia. Semyon, Lena! I shook my head from side to side a few times to come to my senses. Lena started to wake up. She opened her eyes and gave me an empty look. Oh really? That doesn't look so empty. She has no soul! What if I do this instead? Okay, that didn't work very well. If I do this. Yay, that works better. She opened her eyes and gave me an empty look. Have a nice dream? No, I'm not having a nice dream. I'm fucking awake. Huh? Yeah, exactly, that's my reaction. Huh? Suddenly realizing that she had dozed off, leaning on my shoulder, Lena blushed. Oh, I'm sorry. You ate her, touching her butt, molester. What? I have my needs, as a man. Oh, sorry. It's fine. Slavia came over to us, so Lena rushed to get up. So how much have you got? I sighed. That's not a lot. Shut up! I did my best. Then she had to sleep on me. Also, Soviets don't have souls like gingers. Who are you to judge, Fanda? Then we have something in common, Mudkip. I don't remember my dreams very well either. Well, like never. Her basket was filled with strawberries to the brim. Well, it's enough anyway. It's time to get back. I grabbed the basket and we headed back to the boat. The way back took less time as I tried to concentrate on rowing and ignoring everything else. My only wish was to get back alive. As the first trip hadn't gone without consequences, and now my hands started to hurt after only a few sweeps of the oars. Souls would imply you believe in something higher. Okay. That's good information, Fanda. Having tied up the boat, I fell to the ground with no energy left. Slavia and Lena leaned over at me. You could have said something if it was too hard for you. Oh god, we both look pissed! What are we gonna do, guys? Yes. Never mind, it's fine. I'll just lie here for a bit and everything will be alright. It's gonna be alright. Okay then, give those basket to Olga. Please, we have something else to do. What the fuck? So now, suddenly, now it's all my responsibility? To get the basket to Olga? Hey, you can't... I'm a busy man. Trust me. I sleep. I eat. I flirt with girls. I go to the beach and do nothing. I'm really busy, can't you see? Yeah, sure. Don't say that, Simeon. Don't do it. I was ready to agree with anything at the moment, so I wouldn't have to get up. What if I asked something like, can we rape your hand? He's like, yeah, sure, as long as I can stay on the ground. Why, Simeon? Why? Yeah, I know. I've had that feeling too, Yassi. Slavia put the baskets full of strawberries next to me and headed to the square, happily chatting with Lena about something. The hardest part is done anyway. That's what I thought before I got up and took the baskets. But you said you would still lie her. Why did you lie to me? After the rowing, they felt like cement bags, even while weighing barely more than a few kilograms each. So, the trip to the camp leader's cabin took much longer than usual. I had to stop every 50 meters to have a rest. Wow! Wait, Thunder said something. If everything else is impossible, you could sue all the girls together making a human centipede. Think of the possibilities. Yeah, sure, that sounds like some great possibilities, except that... Nah, not really. Olga, I got presents for you. There was no answer. I barely managed to get up and enter the cabin. There was nobody there. If you don't need them, it's up to you. I lay down on the desk chair and fell asleep. Ah, shit! I had a weird dream about a strawberry race. Yeah, that's a pretty fucked up dream if you ask me. I was rowing a boat with my last ounces of strength, trying to escape huge berries that were chasing me. If I saw those in real life, I would be scared as fuck. Trust me, I don't want to have any strawberries going after me like trying to bite my ass off. My hands were failing me, and I could barely see anything because of the sweat covering my face. Blood was hammering in my temples, but the strawberries were getting closer. Oh no! They were baring their teeth at me. But wait. Strawberries with teeth? No, that's completely normal. Simeon! Simeon! I woke up. Olga was standing beside me, shaking my shoulder. I see you got a rich harvest, didn't you? Okay, we got another choice. Yep, I tried my best. As a man. Or, thanks to the girl's help. So, are we gonna be honest or try to get around being honest? If I would be in this situation, I would actually say thanks to the girl's help. But that's just me. And we're now playing a game and I'm not the main character. I wish there was a game about me as a main character, but there is no game about... Yeah, you get what I'm saying. This fedora is so sexy though. Why am I not in a game yet? Please. Make it so I can be in a game. Especially a visual novel. Please, programmers. My neighbor must be downloading porn then. I approve of the... Just kidding. Probably. One says honest. Because honest is good. Yes, I deserve to wear this fedora. You can't tell me what to do, Fanda. And if nobody's going to protest, I'm going to go with, yeah, we're going to be honest and say, thanks to the girls' help. A fedora shows me. Trust me. Me gusta. So we're going to go with thanks to the girl's help, since the majority votes for it. So we'll go with it. Okay, but that's not all. No, please don't make me do any more work. Seriously, I was just anticipating the lovely rest I was about to have. Do you even know what these strawberries are for? Decorating the houses. Not a clue. What an honest confession. We'll make a cake out of them. Yeah, you sound really happy about it. Like all rejoiced. I see. Well, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. I use strawberries for different stuff. Who even uses them in a cake? Well, that makes sense. To honor the miraculous rescue of Shurik. If you remember, guys, nobody really rescued him. He just got out by himself and trying to fucking beat us up with a metal rod. And it's all thanks to you. We didn't do shit! It was clear that getting the strawberries wasn't the last thing left to do. And why? Please tell me. If I'm such a hero, why do I have to organize a celebration in my name all by myself? He has a point. Well, I guess. So, I have an important task for you. Oh really? Why am I not surprised? We're missing yeast, flour and sugar. And need it all in the canteen before dinner. And those who will make the cake can't deal with it on their own somehow? I asked pitifully. Of course I can! Why not? It's a fucking look at her surprised look. Of course I can. All of them are busy. Are you fucking serious? Make them go to work. I won't do the shit. Nuh-uh. Deals off, woman. And you're the only one in the whole camp who does nothing. What about you? That's bullshit. Trust me, that's bullshit. You're... Oh yeah, I forgot. Olga's the dictator. She does nothing except orders people around. Yeah, do this, do that. And I'm just gonna lay here and do nothing. While her words were partly true, not at all. That doesn't make it any easier for me now. Moreover, those words felt like a bullet to my head. I'll catch a bullet for you. So, write it down. You'll get yeast in the infirmary, flour in the library, and sugar in the clubhouse. Flour in the library? Sugar in the... Oh, that one makes a little sense. Except that it doesn't, because the clubhouse is filled with robotic things, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Why can't you get this shit in the kitchen? She'll bake a cake, no drugs for you, mate. But I want drugs. See, I got shrooms. What you gotta do about it? Wait, I have no time, I'm in a hurry. Good luck. Well, you were really helpful. She smiled slyly and left. Of course, there are a lot of strange things in this camp, but yeast in the infirmary? Okay, I can deal with that, but flour in the library? Oh, flour. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it all incorrect. And sugar. Let's get high on sugar! I'm actually trying to get high. And sugar. No, it's way beyond my comprehension. I spat on the floor. I don't want to, and I would not believe this. Just tell me you're pulling my leg. Suddenly, she crawls up on the floor. Olga crawls up on the floor, grabs your leg, and pulls it. And you'll be, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, I'm pulling your leg because you're not believing this. I would not be surprised if a crowd of fat green trolls would appear here right now beside me, with every one of them feeling obligated to laugh at me. Yeah, that's way normal. So maybe to hell with this cake. Yeah, you're right, Simeon. The cake is a lie after all. I weighed my opinions for some time. No, if such a major plan of Olga fell through, it'd be in for a world of hurt. Yeah, you're right, Simeon. Good thinking. And it would complicate both my life in the camp and my search for answers, which I'll stop for quite a while. It seems I have no choice. I'm going to go through this part myself because it doesn't matter which order you take the places in. So, I'm firstly going to show you why it doesn't make sense why the sugar is in the clubhouse. It feels like I've gone through more things today than all the previous days combined. Thus, approaching clubhouse, I'd even forgotten to think about how awkward it must be to look for sugar there. Yeah, that's a really nice robot you're working on. It's quite impressive, actually, to be honest. I mean, to be two teenagers making a robot, that's not bad. I took away democracy. Too bad for you. It doesn't matter. We're going to the new places anyway, so it doesn't matter. Shuriken and Electronic were enthusiastically building something. They were so busy that they didn't even notice me. I looked closely. It was some kind of robot. It was, or at least the body of one. Moreover, that's a fucking robot, waifu. It has ears and boobs and it's... Yeah, you're probably right, Fanda. Yeah, you're right, Mudkip, Pornbud. Moreover, this robot was female and had animal ears. I'm not gonna complain about her dreams. I didn't want to make up theories about the purpose of such a device for luminaries of Camp Cybernetics. Even though the design looked practically workable, I had my doubts about this robot even being able to conquer Earth, or at least being able to do anything on its own. Yeah, now we know what they're into. Disgusting. Just kidding. But they seem to be enjoying the process more than the end result of itself. And that was something we shared, even though I didn't want to admit it. It's as bad as tentacle porn. No, that's way too far, Mudkip. On the other hand, they weren't afraid of possible failure, criticism, or jokes. They were working toward the goal without paying attention to others. We could call it unrealistic or even absurd. Oh, it looks like I'm truly comparing them to luminaries of the sciences. Hey guys! I greeted them uncertainly. Oh, Semyon, come in! We're always glad to see you. I was actually already inside. You know, sorry for what happened yesterday. I barely remember anything, but, well, never mind, it's okay, it's fine. What brings you to our humble abode? Electronics looked at me slyly. Sometimes I feel that he makes such a face when he knows something about the other person. Something he can use in the right moment. Sugar. Yes, like that. I want sugar. I need sugar. Let's get high on sugar. An image from an ancient video game suddenly came to mind. There's some kind of unit like a builder or something cried out with all of its 5 pixel stature. Gold! We need more gold! Cyan, do you even game at 300 FPS? Anything below 120 is unplayable. Please, Fanda. It's 1 frame per second. It's great, just look at it. We got it, said Electronic calmly. Why would you want it? I felt that I shouldn't explain to Sherry that they want to bake a cake for him. I shouldn't spoil the surprise. I don't know. Olga told me to get some. Okay, hang on. Electronic disappeared behind the door into the next room. And why do you have sugar here? Why not in the canteen? When the food truck came last time, it was the last thing to unload. And given that our building is the closest one to the entrance, they decided to leave it here to save some effort. That's reasonable, isn't it? The door opened, revealing Electronic holding a huge bag in behind him. I really don't know what the size of the cake will be, but that was obviously too much sugar. Well, thanks, but I don't need it all. But where would we put it? Electronic gave me a surprised look. We don't have a place for it. You asked for sugar, so take it. It seems that the previous smile of this wasn't there without reason. It's not sugar, still cocaine. Moon sugar. Man, I'm going to be high as the moon. Maybe you'll help me then. It's not that far to carry. We're busy. Why am I not surprised? He pointed his hand at the robot. I guess the Shurik. He owed me after all. He hesitated and then looked away in shame. I sighed, took the bag and headed to the door. Thanks anyway. I said at parting, exerting myself. But I didn't make it too far. Just after a mere 20 meters, I had to put the bag down to have a rest. I had no idea how much it weighed, but it felt like more than 20 kilos. On the one hand, it was just 200 meters to the canteen. On the other hand, even such a distance with this payload on my shoulder, or alternatively my hands, or on my legs, or under my arm, or even on my head, looked impossible for me to cover. And as I resigned myself to move in minor sprints with prolonged pauses between them, so I could get there by the night at least, I heard a voice behind me. Maybe I could help you? I saw Lena in front of me. I don't think you can. It was one of those moments when I felt painfully how dramatically I was out of shape. I can bring a handcart. A handcart. Why didn't I think of that myself? Yeah, that would be great. Wait here, I'll be right back. She smiled and ran in the direction of the square. What would I do without her? It's good that Lena isn't always that shy and can take the initiative sometimes. I started to think. She seemed quite unusual now. With no trace of shyness on her face and actually the complete opposite. Smiles and confidence. The offer to help wasn't something extraordinary by itself. But getting it from Lena? A few minutes later she came back with a smallish handcart. I put the bag down on it. Thanks. Don't mention it. She blushed and looked down. Oh, the Lena we all know is back. So, I'll go then. Yeah, see you. And thank you again. I shouted after her. Sometimes I felt like there are two different people living inside of Lena. But for saying one confident, happy, and sometimes even bold, only appears when she talks to me. Or am I making things up again? Trust me, you don't want to see her second personality. If you play the rest of the stories, you'll know her second personality, and it's pretty fucking scary, I can tell you that. I thought that it would be better if I get all the ingredients at once, so I headed to Olga's cabin with a handcart. Okay, since you all okay, not all of you, but the most of you complained that we didn't get democracy on this, so you get the choice, library or infirmary. I just thought that it would take less time if I did the choice instead, or yeah, you know, but feel free to vote, I won't stop you. This is how much you mean to me, all you fans. Tasty. Someone says library. Okay, we'll go with library, since everyone says library. If every other place on the cake ingredient list made at least some sense to me, then flour from the library made none. I thought hard about who would put it in the library and why, but I couldn't find any sane explanation after all. Oh yes indeed, I think you're tasty. In all kinds of ways. Given Senia's harsh nature, I better knock first. Open. And now she's a magician! Open! And the door opens. See, it works! Eureka! Senia peered at me closely from behind her glasses. What do you want? I just came to inspect that you recently became a magician, and if for the fact that you can use magic, can you get me the fuck out of here, please? Don't think anything weird, but I need magic. I didn't want to look like an idiot and decided to explain things carefully. I need some flour. Olga said that it's here. I understand that it sounds strange to keep a flour in the library, but I was sent to you and it's needed for a cake to celebrate Shurik's rescue. Yes, I have a flour. What's so strange about it? Well, for the fact that flour is maybe supposed to be in the kitchen or the canteen at least, and not in the library? Senia replied with surprise. At that second I felt like I'd been hit on the head with a heavy weight and lost my ability to understand anything at all. Flour in the library? Sure, what's so strange about it? We're in Wonderland, I'm Alice, now I'm gonna eat that magic mushroom and I'll be back home. Shit guys, we're gonna eat the magic mushroom. Hey! Oh, yeah. I was daydreaming. Wait here, I'll be right back. She disappeared behind the bookshelves while I folded my hands and started waiting. A moment later, the sound of trapdoor groaning on its hinges reached me. You need some help? I inquired loudly. I'll deal with it. Senia brought out to me. She seems to be in the basement, so I'll have to wait a little. It's probably supposed to say Semyon and not Senia, because that would make no sense otherwise. Okie dokie. A few minutes passed, but Senia still hadn't returned. I was starting to get worried when the door suddenly flung open, and Elisa came into the library. She looked surprised too. Seeing me here? What are you doing here? Actually, I'm more curious to know what she's doing here. Am I not allowed to be here? I said rudely to her. Elisa was clearly a bit overwhelmed. What do I care? She snorted and headed to Senia's table. And why are you here then? Elisa measured me with her eyes carefully and almost opened her mouth to say something. But then seemed to change her mind and turned away, hiding her hands behind her back. Returning a book? I blurted the first thing off the top of my head. It's none of your business. Wow, she became sad really fast. She replied with a hint of hesitation. What book is it? Elisa was silent. Oh, come on, let me see it. I wonder what Miss High Voltage Keep Away reads. It's none of your business. Her voice was even less confident. Oh, okay. I don't insist or anything. In fact, I was quite interested to find out what Elisa was reading. Moreover, I was quite amused to see her book in her hands. My toe hurts says kidnap her to the good ending. TV, movies, or computer. If only were available here. All these things seemed to be much more appropriate. Why does this become so difficult? I don't know. Appropriate entertainment for a girl like her. But she had a book instead. And we get another choice. Try to snatch the book out of Elisa's hand or stay on guard. Are we gonna protect her or something? I don't know. don't make her sad, dude. Maybe it's not worth it. You choose. That means no surprise butt sex. Go to bed, Cyan. You're drunk. What are you talking about? I'm drunk. Did you see the shit? Protect her butthole from other people. Yeah, it's pretty nasty, dude. Okay, so the majority says stay on guard, it seems. Any other people who are voting for something else? If so, tell me, please. Okay, I'm going to click that button. I'm gonna click it. Stay on guard. Yeah. Curiosity killed the cats. Anyway, it's Alisa, and that means it could quickly turn into a total mess. Plus, I still have ingredients to collect. Well, I'll come later. Alisa left the library quickly without looking at me. It got me thinking, what could this book could be about if she was so ashamed of it? Unashamed Alisa is something extraordinary by itself. But Alisa, ashamed about a book? But what's the point in guessing now? There's no way to find out. Finally, Senia's deep groan rang out, reaching each and every corner of the library. Granted! I passed by the bookshelves and beheld the perspiring librarian sitting near the trapdoor leading into the basement with a small sack next to her. I bet she got all kind of naughty stuff in the basement. Or it just ends up being a basement filled with more books. I vote for the second one, but I would maybe prefer the first one, I said. Well, they might have some sort of storehouse down there. Yeah, storehouse. It's Olga's basement! It's Olga's slave dungeon! I took the sack and left the library. No, it's Olga's torture chamber. Thank goodness it wasn't too heavy to carry. So I carried it down to Olga's cabin without too much effort. And now we're going to the infirmary since there's nothing left to do. I feel like I've visited the infirmary too often recently. See what you did, guys? But what can I do? That's how things pan out. I sighed and knocked on the door. Come in. The nurse said with a trace of sing-song accent. Good afternoon. Olga has sent me to get some... I hesitated slightly. Yeast. Ah, sure. She gave me a broad smile. It says that I don't have any, Pioneer. Why does she always have to end with Pioneer? How so? She said that. Well, I had some, but now there's none left. I didn't even bother asking why she had it in the first place. Well, don't you worry. You can have some aspirin, for example. That could be some use of some use to me, actually. Where do I get it then? I sighed. Take this. She opened the drawer and pulled out some kind of bottle. I took a closer look. Ostankinskoe was a well-known brand of cheap beer in USSR. Does USSR stand for the Soviet Russia? It was Ostankinskoe beer. Really, nurse? Okay, so if I get this right, the nurse is not trying to help us, she's actually trying to get us drunk, so she probably can strip us down for once. What's the matter? Beer is also a fermented product. She gave me a deep gaze. Nobody will even notice. Yeah, of course, walking around with a fucking beer bottle. She had a point, but everything just looked so grotesque to me that I couldn't find anything to say. Hentai time. Boobies. Citrix, calm the fuck down. Are you sure? Absolutely. Okay then. The bottle clearly wouldn't fit into the pocket of my shorts. Put it in your pants! Well, thanks. I mumbled shyly and leaving the infirmary. Well, beer certainly could replace yes. Even my limited knowledge of chemistry and biology was enough to accept this. You're right! Except he's right. But generally, walking around with this bottle in my hand looked like a silly idea to me. So I decided to bring it to Olga's cabin and hide it there. But I had to reach it somehow without anybody noticing the bear. The beer! Not the bear! I hid the bottle under my shirt. No! In your pants! Nobody will suspect that. He puts it like this and there's nothing strange about this, right? Of course not. But everything would have been fine, but Slavia called me out at the square. Actually, she sprang out from behind so suddenly that I even gave a start. How's it going? What exactly? Your search for ingredients. So you know already. Yes, I do. Slavia smiled. It's going alright. I also trying not to give away my unrest. And what do you have out? She pointed at the bottle sticking out from under the shirt. This. She got me. And she's like, let's get drunk, Simeon! Woo! And it's nothing. I blushed with a silly giggle. It's time to go. I was almost running, leaving the square with a puzzled Slavia behind. It's great that she is one of those people who don't ask necessary questions. But there are people in this camp who like nothing better than to poke their noses into other people's business. Passing the pioneers' cabins, I stumbled upon Uliana. What are you hiding there? She gave me one of her cheeky looks. Oh, I'm not hiding anything. Guys, if you search for Yuno Gasai on Google, you'll probably get this face. Just saying, it's a clear reference to me and I can't stop thinking about it. I thought there were no point in denying anything, so I replied in a provocative manner. It's none of your business. I'm a Cipher officer bearing a message to the headquarters. That's certainly a big message. I know, guys, he listened to me, he put it in his pants. Yeah, that's a big message to Olga. I was carrying the bottle at waist height, so I was slightly embarrassed. You want some help? I'll deal with it on my own. I walked past her confidently and proceeded on my way. To my surprise, she didn't say anything nor try to pursue me. There was nobody at Olga's cabin, so I successfully managed to stuff the bottle under my bed. Once I got outside, I sighed with relief. Really, I couldn't believe that I would ever worry that much about a single bottle of beer. Like I was back in high school. It's a good thing it's safe now. Even if somebody finds it, I claim that it's not mine. I could always think up of a suitable excuse for my enormous experience. Finally, it seems that everything had been collected. I took the handcart with sugar outside and put the sack with flour in it, followed by the 2 baskets of strawberries that somehow fitted in between. And the beer was hidden under my shirt just in case. The day was coming to its end, so I had to hurry, as cake itself will need some time to bake. Of course, I'd rather enjoy lying down, closing my eyes and getting a decent sleep, but I just couldn't let Olga down. Indeed, after all the trouble I'd gone to, I even felt personally responsible for the success of this event. Coming to the square, I stopped for a moment to catch my breath. It wasn't that the cart that was heavy. It ran smoothly without any noticeable effort required. It was just that any physical exertion caused me pain to me now, both physical and mental one. Just wait a second, guys. Oh. hope you're not jealous. Need my energy, you know. And he shuts his eyes. I sat down on the bench and closed my eyes for a moment. What's that? I didn't really give a damn who it was. Probably just a fellow pioneer girl taking an interest in an unfamiliar companion in distress. What are you talking about? I asked her tiredly. She didn't reply. Those are the ingredients for a cake. Do you like cakes? I don't know. What, you never tried cake? I don't know. Obviously, the girl didn't get what I was talking about, but it didn't surprise me at the moment. I really wasn't interested in the conversation. I was so tired that I had zero intention of classifying external distractions and tagging them as either common or uncommon. I see. Come down to the canteen later and have a bite. Really? Really. And what are they made of? What? I asked indifferently. These cakes? Well, some flour, some sugar, various fillings. That was a strange question. Doesn't she know what cakes are made of? And you have it all here? Yeah, sort of. And sugar? And sugar. Could you lend me a little? What for? I thought it was over at the top. A sudden gust of wind made me grab the cart instinctively and open my eyes. However, nobody was there. Am I daydreaming? And now I noticed though that the sugar sack was untied and a small heap of it had poured out. Could it be that she was scared by the wind and ran away? Ah! The wind! It's going to kill me! Having fixed the sack, I got up from the bench and continued on my challenging strawberry way. There wasn't a single person near the canteen. No wonder, dinner was still an hour away. I brought the handcart to the rear exit and handed the foodstuff to the camp cook. She must have already been told what to do with them, as she gave me such an unpleasant look. I'm not sure how long it takes to bake a cake, but it seems I had to hurry. Never calm your tits. Sorry, I forgot to read the chat. We all failed. They are distracting him. The girls all wanna jump on him and it will be a full-on gangbang. What you drinking? Vodka, beer, whiskey, cola, Mountain Dew, Fanta, Sprite, liquid weed? I'd go with liquid weed. I'm trying to get drunk, you know. No, just kidding, this is regular Coca-Cola Zero. And yes, I prefer that over cola. Usually, not always. I just wanted to relax over time up until the dinner. In short, I was so tired that I just sat on the step and waited. My eyes closed themselves. I guess I got so tired throughout the day that I didn't even notice how someone came up to me until they patted me on the shoulder. Oh guys! Oh no guys! It's Miku! The talkative girl! Miku was standing before me. Yeah. I didn't need a mirror to imagine the expression of skepticism and annoyance on my face. Oh, excuse me, I must have interrupted you. Maybe you actually did. No problem, I was just sitting here. Ah, alright then. Miku beamed with a smile. Are we just coming to dinner? I thought that it's time already, and then it appeared to me that it's too early. But then I decided to shake just in case. Maybe it's not me who's mistaken, but the clock is. Well, not the clock. Clocks can't be mistaken, it's just that I misread it. She seemed to be ultimately confused now and fell silent. Yeah, this music is pretty good actually. Pretty sweet. It's still about half an hour before dinner. Oh, that's great. Then I'll sit here and wait with you if you don't mind. Frankly speaking, I do mind. You know, I have some matters to attend to. Why did you do that? Poor Miku. She probably just wants a D. But dude, not the actual dick. You guys are disgusting. I stood up quickly and left without saying goodbye, ignoring Miku as I always did, while she screamed something after me. Poor Miku! A minute later I got to the square, and sat on the bench with the firm intention of finding a quiet and safe place here to wait for dinner. I think this is the first time in the last 4.5 days when I felt like this. I was just irritated because of some magnificent details, but indeed, I was really angry. I completely stopped caring about where I am and why I am here. I don't care about how we get out either. What's driving me mad is that I always have to carry out some stupid task given by our camp leader, and it's always me who gets into stupid situations, and sometimes even ends up looking like a clown. If all of this is some alien trick or a plot of universal mind, we better consult with a psychiatrist. I gritted my teeth and clenched my fist. The most annoying thing is that everything that happens seems to happen by itself somehow. I'd be happier not having to carry around bags of sugar that weigh a ton, but I had no choice at all. I mean, any other option would lead to much worse consequences than a muscle strain or a hurt pride. Who are you angry with? Oh yeah, oh no. It's a small Unagasa with red hair. Uliana was standing in front of me, so smiled slyly. Nobody really? Yeah, sick people, not Kip. Oh, disgusting. Just kidding. I answered absently. But my fist gave me away. Just like that. Okay, it's up to you. You better tell me, why did you run around the camp the whole day with some kind of bags? I had to. I replied reluctantly. I guess it was food. Maybe it was. Uliana was about to say something, but at that moment the bell rang, calling the pioneers for dinner. I sighed in relief and quickly headed to the canteen, leaving Uliana behind. Funnest comment to Uliana's appearance. There you are, sugar lips. Semyon, thank you very much. For what? The camp leader gave me a friendly smile. For the cake, of course. Do I get to eat the cake now? Sure. Midget porn. Really, Mudkip? That's disgusting. Stop! What are you, Steve Jobs? It was at that exact moment that I understood the true meaning of the saying, keep your fangs to feed your cat. You didn't tell anybody? This ought to be a surprise. Yeah. That's my boy. My boy. And now off you go to dinner. Olga waved her hand, pointing at the canteen. I know where the fucking canteen is. I stepped through the doorway slowly and started to look for a free place. It turned out there were plenty today, so I got the chance to eat all alone. I don't want to eat alone. There was fish with mashed potatoes for dinner. What misfortune once again. I'll be left half hungry. And didn't we have fish for lunch? Is it a fish only day today? Having pushed my plate with a fried sea dweller away, I laid my head on my hands and closed my eyes. But soon somebody came up to the table. Hey, are you alright? Fine. I replied without changing my position. Just tired? Yeah, a little. That's bad. Fish and... Yes, kill it! Fish and potatoes again! Slavia said it seriously. Of course. You remember that we were going for the hike after dinner, don't you? Have you prepared everything? What hike? What hike? What are you talking about? What? Where? I opened my eyes and lifted my head up instantly. Lena was standing behind Slavia. The hike. She was surprised. Didn't you know? No. I put my head down on the table and covered it with my hands. If only I could sink into the ground right away. The girls remained silent. I was left alone with my thoughts for some time, and that was fine by me. Maybe I could have sat the way until the end of dinner time, but the strange voice of Olga was heard from the opposite end of the canteen. Guys, to celebrate the miraculous rescue of our friend and comrade Shurik, we baked this cake for you all. Yeah, for all of you, because you were the one saving him. And I don't get any cake, because I was the one saving him. I lifted my head idly and looked towards the camp leader, but couldn't see anything beyond the pioneers' backs. Just a second. Nothing about me. Nothing about me rescuing Shurik or gathering the ingredients for the cake. As if that's how it ought to be. Well, it would be wrong to expect anything else from our camp leader. Yeah, that's fucking right. I always wondered how anime girls' shirts work. Do they have like breast pockets? I have breast pockets. Not on this shirt though, but on my other shirts, yes. Well, yeah. Let's go, or we won't get our share. Slavia smiled. Let's go. Lena agreed. Yeah, sure. I get up reluctantly and tag along behind the girls. As we approached the crowd of pioneers, Olga was just putting the cake in the center of the table. And now, the little lolly goes for the cake. The camp leader was unable to finish as Uliana rushed out from the pioneer crowd and dived into the cake. She managed to nibble it a few times before she was pulled away. Ah, nice position. I'm sorry guys. that looks hilarious. She managed to nibble it. Oh yeah, I already read that. She was kicking and screaming. I started blankly. Yeah, kicking and screaming. I can't understand why. She's fucking getting raped by her leader while she's eating cake. I'm impressed. Game, you impressed me. I stared blankly from the outside of all this drama. Alisa smiling, Lena picking up some cream with her finger. All the furious pioneers around. I felt completely out of place here. I thought that if I closed my eyes now and opened them again, here I am, back to the safety of my apartment in front of my computer. Nope. I blinked, but nothing changed. Only the noise and the confusion became sharper. Uliana, that's the limit. Yes. Well, in fact, behaving like this is a bit over the top even for her. Shurik broke into the conversation. Where's the court-martial? Please, Olga. Since the cake is celebrating my return, it's no big deal. Yeah, exactly, you're no big deal. He hesitated. It doesn't matter. The camp leader turned to Uliana. And you? Today I'm going to punish you to the fullest extent, so you behave next time. Ah, whatever. She snorted and turned back. You won't be going on a hike with us tonight. As if I wanted to. I was more than willing to switch places with Uliana and skip the hike instead of her, but who knew? If I had to have guessed beforehand, I'd have been the first one to go berserk and smash the damn cake. After a couple of minutes of confusion, the pioneers started to disperse. You had to get ready too. There will be a lineup at the square in half an hour. I looked straight into the eyes of the camp leader, trying to express my attitude non-verbally, but it seemed that I failed. Yeah. I'm so impressed that it's over 9,000! Don't be late. Same to you. Oh! I called my girlfriend. Except that. And I said to her, Psych! That's the wrong number! Uliana was sitting at the table when I approached her on my way to the exit. So, why did he do it? She looked very upset, but she had the right to be so. I wanted to. I want to do a lot of things in life, but I'm not allowed to do everything. So she may be the first one actually trying to do so. So you're happy now? Of course I am. You do, yeah, and looking all shy about it now, of course. And you, good luck with the hiking. She smiled mischievously, sprang up and rushed out of the canteen. Well, a little bit of luck wouldn't hurt. Walk and you shall reach. This was exactly this proverb that kept whirling in my head, all the way down to the camp leader's cabin. Somehow I just couldn't manage to argue, to pretend that I'm sick, or just to skip it, without a reason. The events of this day taught me submissiveness, although sometimes whatever was happening made no sense to me. As I walked in, I had a thought. Well, in fact, how should I get ready? Clothes? I only have an overcoat and a pair of jeans. Anyway, I forgot to ask whether it's going to be an overnight hike or not. I couldn't think of anything better, so I grabbed the sweater that I had on me when I arrived in camp. The night might be fairly chilly. And shuffled slowly off to the square. Shuffling. This is pretty cozy music, actually. All the camp was already there, although it was about 10 minutes before Olga had designated. I sat down near the edge and waited patiently. Night was falling. If viewed from the outside, what a fairly comical picture we could make. A crowd of pioneers lined up out of a sheer habit, like they were awaiting a silent command from the bronze agenda. And all this happening in the scarlet rays of the sunset. But yeah, this is fucking beautiful. Just look at the sky. And the sun rays. And there he is, waving his hand and screaming, "Attack! Mortal summer, everlasting summer," I don't know. As roaring soldiers with red neckerchiefs charged into battle against some ghostly enemy. But Olga showed up and started to talk instead of agenda. It seems everybody's here. Great! I was so tired today that I couldn't even think about anything, so I ended up just listening to the camp leader. Now, today we'll go hiking. It is essential for every pioneer to be able to come and rescue his comrade, to offer a helping hand in the hour of need, saving them from a hopeless situation. We have to learn to do all these things together. A whisper that ran through the pioneer crowd suggested that most probably this truly epic expedition would end in a clearing in the forest, several hundred feet away from the square. Somehow, I thought so too. We walk in pairs, so if you haven't chosen a partner for yourself yet, now's the right time to do so. Pioneers quickly caught on to the idea and started to match in pairs. It looked like I was the only one without a partner. Slavia was enthusiastically discussing something with Olga. Lena was with Miku. Electronic was of course with me. With Shurik. Well, it might not be a bad idea to go alone after all. It's dangerous to go alone, take this! Wait. Just wait a second. It's dangerous to go alone, take this! No guys, this is not a dildo. You can actually blow bubbles with this thing. But I'm not going to do it. Not here at least. Oh no, now I gotta have my clothes! No! Well, it might not be a bad idea to go alone after all. Semyon! The voice of the camp leader pulled me out of my thoughts. I went up her reluctantly. I see that you haven't found a partner. Seems like it. When you'll join Xenia, she is alone too. That's pretty obvious. I was struck with that special kind of despair that only a true loner can experience. So it appears that I'm left with a prickly librarian that I wouldn't even risk spending a couple of hours with, even if I was paid for it. Although we both seem to be in the same boat now. But you're not in the water. You can't be in the same boat. I slowly approached Xenia. Well, I guess we'll be going together. She looked up at me. Don't you even think that I'm glad? Yeah, that's a great way to start talking to a person. Don't think I'm glad that I'm paired up with you. I actually hate you, so fuck off. Said Xenia seriously. Why not on earth should you feel glad? I asked naively. Never mind. It would be much better if you just shut up. Sorry, princess. You don't need to be rude. Maybe this fedora can cheer you up. It couldn't get any better than this. She turned her back on me and followed the other pioneers. I was gonna ask if it was a dildo. It's a sword! Trust me. It might look like a dildo, but it's a sword. I still haven't seen any special reason to walk in pairs. Anyway, we were walking on the well-trodden forest trails, and it would be quite difficult to get lost here even if I wanted to. Moreover, while we'd already been hiking for half an hour, we weren't rushing into the depths of the forest, trying to face all the dangers that could test our courage and harden our pioneer spirit. But instead, we were just walking around in circles. We're walking around in circles. Oh, 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 whoa, whoa. Sorry, I can't sing. Oh, come on, Fanda. I missed this message before, but when we talked to Uliana, he said, Uliana, you want some candy, winky face? No, Fanda, don't. Mudkip, why you know rainbow? I don't know. However, if we take into account that Olga was of sheaf, that this hike could be compared to a hobbit's march from Shire to Mordor. Lord of the Rings reference, I love this game. And the hobbits is Uliana, for example. She's one of the hobbits. Just as Xenia insisted, I was following her at the distance in silence. The librarian seemed to be perfectly okay with it. Hey, don't you know when we'll reach our destination? Our what? The place where we'll sit down and set the camp up. The whole point of this hike is to set up a camp, but the hiking itself. You don't get it. Well, sorry. Yeah, it seemed that I didn't understand a thing about hiking. I guess you're right, but still. I don't know. She replied sharply and quickened her pace. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? What the fuck? I caught up with her and asked, listen, why are you always so... I was about to say mean, but stopped short. I haven't done anything bad to you, and I'm not going to. She glared at me in surprise. Always so what? Well, unsociable, kind of. Was it something about me? Oh, cut that stupidity out already. As you wish. Hobbits is going to steal our midget porn. Oh no! How horrifying! I decided not to start a conversation with her for the rest of my hike. Wow. This is beautiful. I didn't know you could get pink in a real picture. At last, Olga decided to end this Sisyphean toil. Never heard that word actually. It's time to halt. Yeah, this is some calm music. Just listen here. The place chosen turned out to be quite large, glade with a few tree trunks laid in half circle to make an improvised arbor, with the remains of a cannon in the middle. Obviously, such hikes are a tradition of this camp. I was sent to gather firewood together with the other boys. It didn't take long because there were a lot of branches and logs of various sizes lying around. Eventually, Olga lit the fire using some old newspaper. She was like, okay, we got the branches, now let's put some old newspaper. Fire! I was eager to know what was written there, but couldn't discern anything other than Soviet symbols. Oh no! Dictator, kill it. Pioneers took their places on the fallen log benches and started to talk about things. It seemed that the final goal of this event had been achieved. The only thing missing were a pot of fish soup, aluminium cups of vodka and a guitar. But I wouldn't be surprised if these would appear somehow. What are you thinking about? Slavia sat next to me. Oh, nothing special. Just enjoying the hike? I answered sarcastically. You don't look too happy. Well, I'm not about to jump for joy, sorry about that. Okay, I won't disturb you. She sat with me for a while, but after realizing that I wasn't in the mood of talking, she left me to enjoy my introspection all alone. And all I wished for was to lie down in bed and fall asleep as soon as possible. But I was being surrounded by smoke and the useless shadow of Pioneer around me instead. There was cheering and laughing in general, enjoying this warm summer evening. During the far side of the glade, I noticed Lena was arguing with Alisa intensely, and Lena seemed to like complete opposites to me. Stravia had left to go somewhere after our conversation, it seems. Electronic and Shurik were trying to furiously to prove something to Olga. Looks like I'm the only one who doesn't belong here. Okay guys, we got a choice here. Try to find out what Alisa and Lena are arguing about, and do nothing, just stay seated. I'm going to say something about this. Just spoil a little. If you guys are choosing this choice, that means we're not going to get any of the girls' endings. I'm going to spoil that we will be getting either the good ending of Semyon's story or the bad ending of Semyon's story. And if you want to get a girl's ending, then you want to choose the upper choice. Just saying, because this is a major choice, so you're aware of that. Okay, looks like the most are saying that we should find out what Alisa and Lena are arguing about. Go for the titties, man. We need the girls, says Fanda. Try find out then. Okay, nobody wants the forever alone ending. Alright, we'll go with try to find out what Alisa and Lena are arguing about. Only Lena and Alisa stood out in all this splendor. Well, of course, it was quite natural for Alisa to be arguing with someone like that. But hearing Lena talk in a raised voice, I came closer silently, trying to find out what was going on. No, you listen to me. I'm not going to listen to anything. Really? Great then. Alisa turned away and her eyes met mine. At first, she obviously was confused about what was going on, but then... So, you were eavesdropping. Uh-oh. This serious soundtrack, though. What? Me? No? She began slowly advancing on me, and I took a few steps back. Lena, however, remained standing where she was. Well, okay then, listen. Alisa stopped halfway and turned back to Lena. By the way, did you know he was peeping on me today? Uh-oh. We're in quite a bad situation, guys. What? Peeping, and he saw everything. I didn't see your... well... down your pants, you know. Is that true? Lena wrung her hands distressedly, gave me a quick glance and started staring at the ground, as if she was cut off from the world. No, nothing like that happened. Having thrown an angry glaze at Alisa, I came up to Lena. Why are you denying it? I even have a witness. Your witness is even worse than you. So, you'll stick up to your claim that it didn't happen? I took a second to think. But really, why do I have such a pathological desire to exonerate myself before Lena? As though I vitally need it. Need her opinion of me to remain unchanged. Though, how would I know what she was thinking? It didn't happen. Lena threw a baleful look at Alisa and raised her eyes to me right after that. Eyes full of discomfort and hope. It suddenly became unbearable to stare into these eyes. It didn't happen. I repeated less confidently. Well, whatever. Alisa sneered from behind me. It's up to you to decide who you trust. She said to Lena offhandedly. They turned away and headed to the bonfire. Is that true? I felt uncomfortable, like a fish out of water, feeling the urge to end this as fast as possible. And why should I have to excuse myself to her? Well, so what if it did happen? Oh, that wasn't a very smart thing to say, but still, it's not a great thing to lie. I looked at Lena boldly, but noticed only a bright sunset gleam reflected in a tear, which was going down her cheek. No, I meant... you don't need to lie. She wiped off her tears and tried to smile. After all, it's none of my business. No, why isn't it? But why is it? It's just that well, it was an accident, get it? An accident which was caused by Oleana, nothing more. Yeah, sure. It's true! I believe you. Lena was saying everything with absolutely no emotion, like she didn't care at all about what was going on. I was almost able to believe it, but her tears a few seconds ago? It seems to me that you don't. What is this, some kind of game? Lena said quietly, but there was a hint of anger in her tone. You really need to convince me of that? And even if I believed you, what then? Would it all become true? I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I just want you to understand that I'm not guilty and didn't want to. Why should I care at all? Lena shouted. I was standing with my back to the bonfire, but I was sure that all the pioneers had turned in our direction. If you want to peep at someone, do it. Do whatever you want, but why do you bother me? I'm not... But really, from any point of view, it looked that way. I'm trying to excuse myself to Lena with no success. Like a guilty child, or maybe even like a husband who'd slipped up. Just so you know, I don't care. Lena turned away and headed back to the camp at a fast walk. I didn't try to stop her, now it certainly wasn't the best solution. She's on the edge, no attempts to convince her or appeal to reason would help. Since when is she like that? Screaming all that way? Getting mad? With these thoughts in mind, I returned to the bonfire and sat down on a wooden log. So? Alisa asked after seating herself nearby. What? Not a great success, huh? As you see. I growled out while picking at the coals with a stick. Oh, what kind of stick? I don't know. It grew completely dark and the glades plunged into darkness. The surrounding landscape was reminiscent of a picture from a child's book about a wood monster. An unknown forest creature is just about to spring out from behind the tree. Predatory owls hoot menacingly in tree branches. Even mice looking out from snags stare at you with distrust. I was not afraid at that moment. Everything was different from the previous day, when I was in the dungeon at the old camp. The moon was shining brightly, paying close attention to our brave troop. The world was sleeping, waiting for the morning, bathing in the moonlight. As I thought, though it was expected. But why? I finally managed to pick up the largest burning log and throw it into the center of the fire, causing the flames to rise about a meter high, and a vortex of sparks to spread out in all directions. Does Lena often behave like that? How? Screaming at others. I couldn't believe she would act in such a way. She's human like anyone else. No! I know her true secret. Alyssa giggled, as if you hadn't noticed this before. What, hadn't I noticed? Her. What do you mean? I mean, this is her true face. What do you mean, true face? Oh, you're so stupid. Baka! Finish what started. She's not what she seems like. Not like how you thought of her before. So, how is she? Okay, I'm sick of this. Alyssa stood up, intended to leave. I didn't say anything, just sat and listened to the silence of the forest. By the way, if you want to follow her, I think she's on the island. Oh. On what island? The one you were gathering strawberries today. What is she doing there? You really are an idiot. Alyssa stomped the ground, circled the campfire and sat opposite. I must have really lost track of things. My head was absolutely blank. To be precise, I was so heavy and full, so that not even a single idea would have a chance to dwell there. If I would compare my brain at its prime to a broad highway full of speeding thoughts, overtaking each other and causing a giant chaotic crashes. But now it's nothing but a forgotten tiny path in a distant desolate forest, which is only used in times of absolute necessity. I tried to think over what had happened, analyze it somehow, but it seemed I was bashing against an invisible wall. Just wait a second, guys, it's a little hot here. This is my love to you. I have hearts on my sheets. Too kawaii, right? Moreover, it was impossible for me to find a single emotion in my soul. Any response as if it had all happened to someone else. I failed to convince Lena that I'm not guilty. Should I care? Lena cried, screamed, and I left. Mudskip, the thing behind me is a terrarium. I can actually show you. Just wait a second. It's actually one of my pets. It's a leopard gecko, as you might see. It's not really related to the stream, but You might as well maybe sit on my shoulder or hang on my shirt. He usually does that because he likes it. Then I cried, screamed and left. So what? I don't feel anything about it. Should I? I bit my lip until it bled and stood up. I couldn't bear to stay here among these laughing pioneers. I should run away. It doesn't matter where to. To the forest, to the mine. I don't care, just so long as I can get far away from here. I seized that moment when the camp leader was looking in the other direction and vanished into the forest shadows. There had been no rain for a long time. However, I'm not sure whether it rains here at all. What a stupid idea, of course it does. The plant needs some moisture. The night was fresher than the afternoon, but the air still didn't have enough time to cool. I felt a little dizzy from the evening stuffiness. Suddenly, I realized that I really wanted to swim. It's quite a normal desire because the days are hot and you constantly feel soaked with sweat during the daytime. I didn't even notice that I'd been approaching the pier. Why not the beach? Though thoughts of Lena came over me again. Everything that I tried to ignore came out and brought lots of inconvenient questions, inappropriate answers and vague desires. It was obvious that I had been led to the pier by my subconscious. Well, what do I really want? To apologize to find her something? To convince her of something? No, unlikely. I just wanted to get some sort of reaction from her. Yes, I understand everything, and just smile. And then I could stop myself from feeling like that. It was necessary for me to be understood by someone, even in this world. I untied a boat and pushed it into the water. I got in and took off the paddles. It was easier to row this time. My hand was still hurting, but I managed to develop some sort of technique that allowed me to travel quite directly. The river seemed frozen, spreading under the boat like a translucent veil. The moonlight piercing deep into the water, so it was almost impossible to see the bottom. I just had to close the tank, the terrarium, because otherwise it will get pretty cold for my lizard. So it was almost impossible to see the bottom. I started rowing. Surprisingly, the island now seemed the same as it did in the daytime. Here, usually everything is different. After dusk it felt like another world, a mystery world. Scary at times, but beautiful in its own way. A world of shadows and whispers, a nocturnal world. I slowly walked around the island, looking for the boat, which Lena looked to come here. The grass softly rustled under my feet. The occasional waves peacefully struck the shore and bounced back the flies too tired from beating on the glass. The breeze from the water lazily stirred the leaves of the trees, out of habit rather than a real desire to make this night groove sing. I looked at this wonderful picture with such a delight that I didn't even notice something until I stumbled into it. It was a boat. Well, of course, she wouldn't get here by swimming. Who says she couldn't? She probably can. I headed toward the center of the island. You want Lena's titties. I'm not the one making the choices. You fans are. So doesn't that say something about you guys? Oh. He probably wants to go back, so I'll just put him back. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. After 100 meters, I heard rustling from behind a tree. "Don't come any closer," Lena whispered. I hesitated. "Don't come any closer," she said louder. How did you know it's me? Though she didn't indicate that she'd know that. Alright? This music. For some reason, this kind of reminds me of a song in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Rescue Team Red, for some reason. I don't know why. But it's beautiful. I love the song. I leaned against the tree, trying not to look behind it. Alyssa told me that you would be here. So what? Yeah, lizards are pretty cool, actually. I wanted to have a snake, but my mom didn't allow me to, so... Well, at first I wanted to have leopard geckos, because I thought they were pretty unique. It was difficult for me to know what emotions Lena was experiencing. Her voice was steady enough, even though I could read irritation and annoyance in it. I could not understand whether she was angry, or whether it was all the same for her. That came out awkward. I was doing my best to avoid unnecessary apologies and excuses, but I couldn't find the other words to use instead. Was that the only reason you came? No, well, I don't know. You don't know, but you still came? Yes, you shouldn't have. Why, of course, if I'm bothering you, why are you following me? She was right. It certainly looked that way. Moreover, I definitely felt attracted to her. Guys, we might be getting somewhere. You shouldn't think like this. I've actually made it through the whole Pokemon Rescue Team game. Both red and blue, like a lot of times, as well as time. Time and Sky as well. You shouldn't think like this. How should I think? I don't know. I can only draw conclusions based on your behavior. I really don't know. I guess I'd better go. I was confused and it was just hard to be near her. Why? Since you came? I seemed to hear a playful tone in her voice. Alright. And what? What did Alyssa tell you? Nothing special. I see. Yeah. Well then. Yep. That's a nice conversation. I don't agree with you, Mudkip. I actually prefer Rescue Team Red over Sky, to be honest. We just stayed silent for a while. Since you came, tell me about something. Well, I don't know. For example, about what happened this morning. What about what happened this morning? You know, you yourself didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to, but now I want to. Lena's voice trembled. I couldn't understanding great English what was happening at all anymore. Maybe it's not her behind the tree. Don't look. Oh, okay, but what's wrong? Nothing. Just don't look. Alright, as you wish. So, nothing happened. Well, something did, but that was just all a silly accident. Then why are you so worried about what I think about it? I'm not worried. And anyway, you yourself? I said louder, beginning to feel irritated. What about me? Why are you so concerned about this situation? Who said that I'm concerned about this situation? Then what? Nothing. She said in a whisper and fell silent. Such talk would lead us to nowhere. Lena wouldn't say anything, and I seemed to be too stupid to guess, or even just to be sure about myself. Sorry, I guess it's all my fault. I just cannot understand why. What? Why do you keep apologizing? For everything. For what you did, for what you're doing. Even for what you haven't done yet. But maybe she was right, but I couldn't behave differently. I felt the need to apologize to her, to everyone. I agree with you, Jesse. That's probably the best Mario game for the console. So they would not think badly of me, wouldn't laugh at me, so I can put away something unsaid and eliminate misunderstandings. Anyway, that's your business. Lena got angry. Apologize, make excuses, why should I care? Okay, well, I'm not guilty. In fact, I don't think I could be blamed for anything. But then, what's wrong? What is wrong with you? Why would something be wrong with me? I don't know, I just think so. Oh, you just think so. She laughed. You speak as if you know me. I did not answer. Please leave. Lena said after a while. I didn't move. Just could not. Had no strength to do so. I wanted nothing at that point. Didn't want to excuse myself, to apologize. I didn't even want her understanding. I was too tired of everything. Why? Just leave, she whispered. I don't want to. Then I leave. Let's just go together. No. How long are you going to be offended? By what? What's wrong with you? Everyone here behaves normally except you. I did not care what my words meant, as if they had been said by someone else and the topic of our conversation means nothing. My first game on the Nintendo DS was actually Pokemon Diamond, and the second game I got was actually New Super Mario Bros. As well. You really don't understand anything. Alisa was right. About what? Never mind. I closed my eyes to think it over. No, I can't go. I don't understand. Don't know what to think. What to do? And since when did I stop worrying about my situation in this world? Or how to get back? I have no idea what my FPS is on this game, Fonda, but it doesn't really matter actually, since it's a visual novel. Oh, Paper Mario is a good game. It's really good. I love the GameCube, just saying, Mudkip. It's just stupid and it's not like me. In fact, it's inappropriate for this situation. In short, I didn't do anything and I don't intend to justify things which I didn't do. There were no reply. Hey, do you hear me? I finally decided to see who was actually behind the tree, but no one was there, so she left. I rushed over to Lena's boat, but she was already far away, almost near the pier. Whatever! I shouted and walked along the shore. I got back relatively quickly and without much trouble. However, my hands still ached terribly and my eyes would close themselves. Probably such physical and, more importantly, emotional load is too much for one person. I walked slowly toward the camp leader's cabin, staring down at my feet, thinking about nothing. Someone called me at the square. Hey! Alisa ran up to me. Have you been to the island? Yes. To tell the truth, I didn't want to talk about her to her about anything, but I already didn't have the strength to lie to her. And how did it go? It doesn't matter, I'm very tired and I'm going to sleep. Come on, tell me. Her face had such a nasty grimace that I shuddered with rage. Why should you care? Well, she murmured in dismay. Mind your own business. I snapped and quickened my pace toward the cabins. Alyssa did not try to stop me. Aw, that's pretty sad, man, Mudkip. Annoyingly, Olga had not returned yet, and I could not find my key. What if I lost it? The only thing I could do was wait. I plopped down into the desk chair and closed my eyes. My heart was heavy and my soul was being torn apart by vague expectations. Creepy music. From time to time I had a feeling that I was already dead, just without realizing it, and had been thrown into hell. Also, ask me if you want any anime tips, if you want to hear that in the streams, because I'll gladly share some good animes with you. I have a whole list of good animes, if you're into anime, that is. Pray for Mudkip, one pray equals one more candy. Oh. I will pray for you, Mudkip. But really, instead of trying to get out of here, I'm spinning on a diabolic roundabout. And it goes faster and faster. I'm becoming more and more involved in the life of this world, of this camp. As if I had no past life, a real one. As if I had always interested in the opinions of others. Damn it! I never cared about it. Why right here? Why right now? I recalled the face of Lena in tears. God, that's so sad. I don't want to look at her, actually. I don't like seeing girls cry. Yeah, okay, actually I don't like seeing anybody cry, just saying. Yeah, probably not the opinions of others, but her opinion was the one I cared about. I heard 4 footsteps and after a while Olga appeared. She looked at me for a few seconds, seemed like she was about to say something, but then just sighed, opened the door with her key and went in. I followed her. Shapeless shadows, blurry memories, fragments of feelings and emotions swirled in my head for a long time. Yeah, I know I'm going to have a hard time on Fonda. Because then you're going to have a hard life, man. Because girls cry to get you to do things for them, like children. Well, Fonda, ain't you a wise guy with girls? You know everything. Just wait a second, guys. I'm shaking up something. And I'm still a virgin. Well, damn, Fonda. Question is, am I a virgin? You tell me what you think in the comments. I know this is a weird question, but you go for it. For so long that after a while I couldn't tell where I was or what's happening to me. Have you seen Noragami, Cyan? No, I don't think I have actually. The only salvation was sleep. The story's getting pretty fucked up.